Alright, so today's video is about my experience as a 30 plus years old gamer and what I've noticed has changed and what remains the same. Perhaps you can relate to some of these changes, and if you do, please let me know down in the comment section. We can have a talk about it, we can have a discussion, and perhaps we can just relate to some of these reasons. And I also want to talk about my gaming background to set up the foundation of my gaming experience, and perhaps we can find from there the source of the change or a little bit of a hint of it. Of course, things are different now, like than they used to be, not only for gaming experiences overall, but also for like the responsibilities. Some of you have like kids and other stuff, so there's like different things obviously that relate or make these changes like happen. But even with those things, or even removing those things away that are obvious, like I started looking deeper into how I see gaming now versus before, and it's gonna be like an interesting experience sharing moment. So let's get started. Also, make sure to like and subscribe if you like this kind of content.
And if you don't, Evil Larry will steal your PP on September 10th at 11:30 p.m.
So let's just set up the foundation for you guys, for me as a gamer, and what games I grinded a lot that were online. The first one was StarCraft 1. Played it like crazy, tried to get really good at it, never got to tournament level, but got like decently good at it, it was good. Then from there, I moved to Warcraft 3 because it was also on RTS. I really started liking RTSs a lot, and Warcraft 3 as well, grinded it like crazy, tried to get really good at it, both against friends and online random people, so that was good there. From there, I started liking also shooters. Then I looked at Counter-Strike 1.6. My god, that game was great, a lot of action, felt like really good to shoot the guns and everything. It was amazing, so I really grinded that quite a bit. From there, I started multiple versions of Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike Source, and even the current Counter-Strike of today. But overall, I've grinded Counter-Strike quite a bit. Like as a single player, not like, let's say, with teammates. Sometimes I play with friends, but mainly alone. And this is the key part. Like I used to play all of these games no matter what. Like it doesn't matter if it was alone, it doesn't matter if it was with friends or anything. It was just like I didn't care. I was just grinding them like crazy. My first MMORPG, obviously because of my channel, you can see I have a lot of MapleStory content. It was MapleStory. So MapleStory, I remember the first time I actually was introduced to it. I was in high school. My best friend rushed into the classroom because he was in another classroom, and he was like, "Bro, I need to talk to you." And I'm like, "What is it?" And he's like, "I have this MMORPG that I found. It's great. It looks amazing. We should try it." And I'm like, "Okay." When I got home, I downloaded it, and boy oh boy, the addiction started from there. I really started grinding that game like crazy, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, depending on the day, of course. And I remember even waking up at 3 a.m. to just like level up and try to claim the PC first or something, because if I woke up too late, like we had just had one PC at the time, like maybe my other brothers wanted to just take it and whatever, and we had to take turns. So I was just like waking up at 3 a.m. like in some occasions, and then going to sleep after that at 8 to finish my sleep time. So yeah, it was crazy. So after that, I had this relationship with MapleStory where I leave it and then come back, leave it and then come back. So at some point we kind of left it, and then my friend that introduced me to MapleStory, he's like, "Bro, we play Warcraft 3 a lot, so we should just also go to World of Warcraft." And World of Warcraft was one that I also grinded a lot. I started with private servers, then moved into regular servers, but I never actually got into endgame boss rating like heavily. My friend did, but I never personally did because it was a subscription at the time, and I didn't have that much money to keep paying it over and over again. So I just like completely stopped after 2 subscriptions or 2 months or so. But during those times, I really grinded it a lot, both private servers and regular servers. So we got, so basically those are MMORPGs, RTSs, and why not. When MOBAs came out, like League of Legends and all of that, I also jumped into it. But I never jumped into League of Legends per se. I was playing Dota 1 in Warcraft 3 as a custom game, and I really liked it. Then I heard about this game called Heroes of Newerth, came out, it was great. It was basically Dota, but an actual game. Grinded it like crazy, that one as well, both with friends and without them, solo queuing and queuing with friends. Then I even like tried to participate in tournaments on that one. It was like really heavy grind there. Then Dota 2 was announced and I was like, oh my god, the real thing. I mean, and then I just move into it. That one I have multiple hours in it. It's insane, but I have really grinded it like crazy. It's a very fun game. It's been a very fun game, which shows because if I started with RTSs, and MOBAs are kind of like the evolution of RTSs in a way, so I'm pretty sure can see why I really like these kind of games quite a lot. And then from there, like I have played, like those are actually the games that I have really grinded like crazy. Obviously have played like single player games and all of that, but those are not important to explain what has changed in my experience as a 30+ years old gamer. After that, like I said, I have played also other online games, but not like grinding them like to those levels of those games that I said. So far we have StarCraft, we have Warcraft 3, we have MapleStory, we have Counter-Strikes, we have in Pluto, we have Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft, yeah. Now that we have the foundation, let's start to see what has actually changed. Now, what has changed? Let's move the obvious things out of the way, which is obviously less time. I have a wife now, I have more responsibilities, I do more outdoor activities and all of these things. And let's focus on really other stuff that I can feel when it comes to like gaming and grinding these kind of games. So for example, in the past, let's say a game like Dota 2, I would jump into the game single player, meaning queuing with random people, 5 versus 5 with randos, like for hours, and I didn't care. I was like fine, I was having fun. I also used to queue with friends, like maybe 2 friends, 3 friends, like both were fun for me. Obviously playing with friends is more fun, but like even soloing was fine because I was like seeing that MMR, like that ranking going up, and I was just like getting hyped about it. Now when it comes to those things, I no longer enjoy grinding these kind of games on my own. Right now, I still play a little bit of Dota 2, but let's say I jump into Dota 2, I play a game, maybe 2, and then I'm like a little bit tired of playing alone or whatever. Then I go into, I have a couple of friends that they play, it's like, oh, let's play a match. I play a match, and maybe another one, and then I'm like a little bit tired of it as well. But I'm less tired of it because I can play more actually when I'm playing it with friends. Games like, for example, Counter-Strike. I jump into Counter-Strike currently and I play 1 match, 2 match alone on my own. And it's like, oh, I don't know. But if I play with friends, I am able to enjoy it more and play for longer. So what I think has changed for me is that I no longer enjoy like multiplayer games in a single player setup. And that's what I mean by that. And I feel like in the past I didn't care that much about it. I was like, I had a goal to get better and to just like show my other friends like that I was better and show other people online that I was better at certain games, and why not. So that's something definitely that I feel like has quite changed for me. Now, any multiplayer game like Dota 2 or like Counter-Strike and all of that I used to grind in the past, I no longer like it, and I like to play with friends only. If I don't play with friends, I no longer like to log into those games and just like grind them for a bit, which is interesting because in the past I used to enjoy both, but I also used to really enjoy to grind on my own and just get better on my own. So I can show friends about it, and why not. So that's something that has changed. Now, single player games I still enjoy normally, fine, no problem. There's single player games. Multiplayer games I really like to do with friends. Something that has changed also is like I like more in-person activities than in the past. Like for example, like card games, like TCGs, like let's put I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, but let's just like say Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic or whatever, or board games, for instance. I like the idea of like going to a place and playing with, even though they're randos, but they're in person. They're not friends, but they're like people that really enjoy the game, or we're playing in person, having fun, playing a board game or playing some card game or whatever. And I really enjoy those kind of experiences, like way more than in the past. Like that's something that definitely has shifted. I had never played like board games like quite a bit, let's say, that I play right now with randos at a store or something, or with friends, than I do right now. I really enjoy those activities right now, and that's other thing that has changed, where multiplayer games enjoy more with friends, but not on my own. When I started to think why this has happened to me and why is it that I no longer enjoy grinding these games that much, I think it has to do with, or is connected with, me enjoying more the small amount of friends that I have right now versus the bunch of random friends and good friends that I used to have in the past. I remember being 20, going like to random people's houses that we were very just a little bit of friends. We were not like super friends, but somehow friends, and just playing games and just adding each other online and just playing with them, even though I didn't know that much about them or care about them, but just care a little bit enough for the game. And I used to just play with these random people, which I don't know where they are right now, honestly. I still get in touch with the very good old friends from the past, but I remember being, when I was younger, having such an amount of random friends. Now I don't have time for that, honestly, and I just have time for fostering and caring about like very specific friends and trying to build up those relationships and really appreciate them more. In the past, I used to play with, like I said, many quote-unquote friends, but it was more like, I think that's why I didn't care that much about it. I was like, obviously I had the time. Like I said, I want to remove the time part of it, because it is true that we have less time now. But before, like, for me, it was just like, whatever, because at the end of the day, I have so many options. It's just like, whatever. But now, like, given that there is less time for it and I have less friends, I have more specific friends, it's just more enjoyable, and I appreciate that experience way more. I also think the reason has to do with how games right now are pushing you too much into consuming. Right now it's more about consuming and purchasing things versus playing the game itself. Before, you used to just buy a game and you're done. But now you have subscription based, you have a lot of microtransactions, and why not? And to be fair, a game like MapleStory, for example, did have a lot of and still has a lot of gachapon mechanics, and but it didn't push it right in your face as much, in my opinion. So I think that's another reason why I see a game come out and it's like, I don't know if I want to try it. Does it have pay to win? Is it like too microtransactions heavy? Is it too much on my face? I don't know. So yeah, I think that has to do with another factor. All I know is that like games are not obviously as focused on game experiences than they used to be. I think that's one of the reasons also why I enjoy more classic / nostalgic experiences. Obviously, nostalgia is also gonna win over everything, because you remember those like golden ages of certain games and you just want to try them out. Like, it's funny because we have games, let's say like Fortnite, for instance. Let's say that you're 10 years old and you play Fortnite all the time. Probably when you're 25 or whatever, or 30, like 20 years from now, you're gonna go back to Fortnite. It's like, oh my god, the classic Fortnite. Like, it may be probably by 30 or 20 years from now, it's gonna change a lot, or it's not gonna be the same game. And then it's just like, oh, I want to go back and play this kind of thing and the classic experience. So nostalgia, we are all victims of it as we get older, and I think that also has to do with it. If something brings nostalgia like back into you, like you look at a game and it's like, oh my god, I remember a game similar to that, or oh, that game, they're making the classic version, aka MapleStory Classic, which is great. You're gonna be just like, you're gonna be very eager to jump into it because of that feeling you had when you played it back in the day. All in all, that's pretty much it. I think that right now, for me, the fact that I have less time is a factor. The fact that I enjoy more in-person activities is a factor. The fact that I have a small amount of friends, a smaller amount of friends than I used to, and that I appreciate those moments more is a factor. I feel that the fact that I don't care that much about competitive, like grinding, being the best and getting to be the best is a factor. I still enjoy competitive games, but I don't enjoy them to that level, I would say. Like I said before, to avoid Evil Larry visiting you, make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.